Hello my dear friends, welcome to this video. In this video, we'll be learning very basic fundamental of HTML code. First of all, I have opened Notepad++. The first thing that need to be done is open the language, go to H, select HTML as a language. That will make sure it is easy to identify the errors. Right. So HTML is a markup language. We need to give elements inside it. The first and the most important root element is nothing but the HTML. So we need to start with an HTML tag, right? Since it is a tag, its color changes to blue. Whenever you open any tag, keep practicing of closing the same tab again. So I'll just close the HTML tag. Whatever is your HTML code should be written inside this. After writing HTML, we should have another tag inside this, name as head. So as I said, we open it, we close it. Head is a tag which store information about the web page. For an example, title of the web page. So inside the head, we can write another tag that is called as a title. So as I said, whichever I open, I have to close it. Always remember the order in which the things are written. That is very important. Right. So inside the title, suppose if I write the name of my college, that is nothing but Guru Nanak Khalsa College. Right. So this is something which will be seen in the title of my web page. We will see where it would be seen. Now, what we have done, we have written HTML. Inside the HTML, we have written head. Inside the head, we have written title. Once the head is completed and before the HTML is closed, we will create a body. Inside the body, the main content of the web page will be there. Whatever is there on the web page would be written over here. So as I said, open body and then we will close it. Right. So this is a way to close any HTML tag. Open it like this, less than greater than sign. If you want to close it, less than sign with a forward slash. Now inside this, if you want to print anything by default, you can just write it. For an example, I want to print my name. So I just write my name as that would be printed. Right? Let us just learn from this basic code what will be the output. First step that we have done is we have selected the language already. So what I do, I just go to file and I just go for saving. That is Control S. Right? So I should know where I am saving the file. I am saving it inside the D drive. Name as a JavaScript. The file name, for an example, let me give it as YT because I am recording this for my YouTube. So it is YT. Also, since we are using Notepad++, the save as type is nothing but already HTML file. So I don't have to write .html at the end as an extension. Okay, so I just save it. What is there in my code? Everything basic part is been there. Let us just see what will be the output. Okay, as you see, I am in the D drive JavaScript. This is nothing but my code. As I double click on it, I can see the output that I have done. If you see very carefully, on the top of the screen, you can see the name Guru Nanak Khalsa College. That is because I have written that as a title. Right? So title is coming on the top of it. This is came from the body. This my name came from the body. If I zoom it, you can see here. Also, on the place of URL, you can see the address of that file. That is D drive. File name is, folder name is nothing but the JavaScript and the file name is nothing but yt.html. Right? So here comes the address or the location. Okay. Let's see some basic other part of it as well. So what I do, I just keep it both simultaneously. I come over here. Now, after writing this, I have just written my name and it got printed. But in HTML, we have some different types of header as well. For an example, I use the first header, which is of the biggest size. So H1, suppose inside this, I want to write the like the video. So I just open the header, close the header. Anything written between this H1 close and H1 open would be considered as a first header. What I do, I save this file. You can see over here now the symbol is blue, that means the file is saved. If it is red, that means the file is not saved. I come over here, I refresh it. You can see the like came. This is by the first header. Let us just try to get the second header. Again, I want to print the same thing, but by using the second header. What is the way? The way is to just open H2 and close H2. Right? Let us just refresh this. You can see the second header came, but with a smaller size. So what we learn is H1 is the largest header. Let's go further. Let us have the third header. Can you guess what will be the size of it? Will it be more or less? It should be less. H1 is the largest, and slowly when you increase the number, it will reduce its size. For an example, I went over here, now H3 is small. Similarly, you can have the headers till 6, right? So remember always, inside HTML we have 6 headers, right? This head is different. This head is used to write the title, but this header represent a title of something, right? Because when you make a note, you write some as a head of the web page, right? Head of the web page is this, and over here if you see, this head means you are trying to write something important, so it should have a bigger size, it should be bold and everything, right? So it is like H5, and as I said, you can go till H6. H7 is not defined in HTML. Okay, so I have created 6 HTML headers. If you can see, 6 like came over here with a different size. After this, it might be possible I want to write some comment. What is a way to write the comment in HTML? Right? There should be some way. In every programming language, there is a way to write. So as we know, every element starts with a less than sign and it has a closing tag. But to write a comment, we should have less than greater than sign. Also, it should start with an exclamatory mark. Now, anything I write over here, suppose if I write some random thing, right? I wrote something random. Let's see that thing is printed or not. If I just refresh this, what I see, there is no change. That means something written like this, consider as a comment, right? So I just write it over here. This is the way to write a comment. Okay. After this, as we have learned how to write the headers, there might be a question to create a paragraph. We know how the paragraph looks like. It will give it a new line with some white space. So paragraph starts with P. Anything that you want, you can write over here. For an example, suppose if I want to write subscribe in the paragraph and I close it, right? Let's see what happens when you use this P as a paragraph. You can see the subscribe came after some distance, right? That is the effect of a paragraph. Apart from this, you can even have bold and italic as well. To do that, can you guess what would be the element? It is nothing but the B. Anything written between the B start and the B close tag would be came inside bold. For an example, suppose if I write the same subscribe, the same word with a bold. Let's see the effect of it. Right, you can see the difference. The first one is by using paragraph, second is by using the bold. After this, I want to write one more. As I said, we can have even italic letters. So I will write I, that's for italic. I will close I. Anything written between the start I and close I would come in italic. For an example, I write it like share. And I save the file by using Ctrl S. I go to refresh over here. You can see that share came next to the bold subscribe. Whenever you create a paragraph, it will get a new line after the paragraph is closed. But when I was writing bold, bold came, subscribe came in a bold. But after that, when I was writing italic in share in italic, the share came in the same line. If you want a new line, you can use another tag that is called as a BR tag, that is for the break line. So it will give a new line. So I wrote BR and I just refresh it and you can see the share came to next line, right? So this is nothing but the basic HTML code in which we are discussing 5 different headers, how to write a comment, paragraph, bold, BR and italic. In the next video, we'll be learning few more ways, right? Please focus on the basic code. Try to practice as much as possible. Okay. Bye bye.